Is it a crime to not fulfill your potential? The answer is no, obviously, in case anyone was actually worried about that. Imagine if it was, though, and it was like considered the most heinous crime you could commit. You're sent to prison and other inmates just beat the shit out of you daily because you're not the best violinist you could have been. Serial killers are like, how dare you throw away your God-given talent? I worked hard to be the person I am today. I'm going to have to butt-fuck you now. You're sent to solitary confinement for your own safety. But no, it isn't a crime to not fulfill your potential. But I still feel guilty if I'm not doing everything I can to try to be the best version of myself. Wouldn't it be mint to be someone with zero potential? Maybe I'm not saying I have loads and loads of potential, but just to know that for sure that you don't have any. Like, you could get a diagnosis from a doctor. They could do some blood tests and the doctor would be like, I'm sorry to break it to your son, but you have no chance of doing anything whatsoever with your life. I'd be like, that is such a relief. It's a weight off. I'd be like, do you mean just career-wise or in relationships as well? Both. Amazing. I'd be so happy to be told I have no potential. And not in a I'm going to prove you wrong kind of way. Like successful people have. I heard Robbie Williams say in an interview once that his teachers told him at school that he'd never amount to anything. Which firstly I don't really believe. What teachers saying that are not immediately getting sacked? And also it's not a very good tactic from a teaching point of view. It's not going to be very motivating. Doesn't help anything. And you're going to look like a right dickhead in 10 years' time when that kid grows up to be one of the greatest pop stars of all time. In 2006, Robbie Williams entered the Guinness Book of World Records for selling over 1.6 million tickets in a single day for his Close Encounters tour. In a single day. What are you doing with your life? Teaching GCSE English? He's got over 1 million people vibing to rock DJ while you're reading Shakespeare to a bunch of bored teenagers. But no, you're right. I bet he's well worried that he can't write a good paragraph about Macbeth. You are everything that's wrong with this British education system. If I was a teacher, I'd just be backing everyone, just in case they turn out to be famous. I'd be like, Louise, you're going to make it. Greg, you're going to be a footballer. Alex, take that crayon out your nose and we've got a businessman on our hands. But also, right, how do you know what to pursue to fulfill your potential? How do you know what you've got the most potential in? Because I don't believe that if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. I reckon if you put your mind to it, you can do a very small percentage of things. I'm hoping one of those things for me is comedian, but maybe it's not. Maybe I'm actually wasting my time. Maybe I'd be amazing at pottery if I put the same amount of hours into that. Maybe I'm an amazing potter. Or I was thinking about this. Maybe the thing that I could be amazing at hasn't been invented yet. Because think about it, right? Cristiano Ronaldo, he's amazing at football. He's maybe the greatest ever. But that means he had the potential to be the greatest footballer ever, and then he cultivated it. But what if he was born 1,000 years ago when there was no football? And he had the same genetics, he was the same exact person. But in that society, he could have been an absolute loser because there would have been no way for him to cultivate his talent. So what I'm saying is I might be the greatest ever at a sport that's played in 1,000 years' time. Or people from the past might be more suited to our society. Henry VIII might have been a great comedian if he was born into our society. And I might have been, if I was around back then, I might have been able to make it work with Catherine of Aragon. We could have adopted. So we can't really be too harsh on ourselves for not fulfilling our potential, is my message. It's all, a lot of it's just chance and circumstance. You might have, been born into the wrong culture, the wrong economic circumstances. You might never have been shown the thing that you could excel at. Or like I said, you might have been born in the wrong century. So let's not beat ourselves up too much for being mediocre. Although chances are you probably are just a little lazy rat bastard. But I love you for it. Anyway, see you next time.